Talk me through this one.
This is where the hidden hope. You can't go high because you've got the tree. If you go low, you've got thick ankle-high rough. Yeah, it's called dead.
You guys have the same word for it. Same word for it here.
One, two, three.
After an awesome day one, I think Neil called it the best day one in tourist sauce history. We got to see New South Wales. We got to do some lawn bowling. We got to try shrimp on pizza. I mean, just what more could you ask for? We had a chance to take in a little bit more of Bondi Beach with Matt and Scott and some of our other Sydney friends. We started out at the North Bondi RSL, which is the Returned and Services League. It's kind of their version of like a souped-up VFW hall. Just happens to have a little better real estate than most of our VFWs. After that, we had an unbelievable dinner at Sean's, which is kind of a Bondi institution. Great way to wrap up the day. So most of the group ended up taking an Uber back to the Airbnb. I believe the quote from that dinner that sticks out to me from Solly was, it's only a 5-minute walk. Like, how hard could it possibly rain?
That's like a puddle. We tried to walk home from dinner.
Didn't go great.
The rain had stopped.
I received bad information from my guy. We're gonna go. Are we clear? Right, left, right. 3, 2, 1.
Go. Oh God! Oh, that's another puddle. Holy shit!
All right, this is a first, guys.
Holy shit!
This is a first. We have not had this one yet.
That camera okay?
No, I mean, it's like a $4,000 camera.
The door was open?
No,
That's closed.
That's anytime the roaches infiltrate your charging station, not in a good way. I mean, that was locked up. I locked it before we left. We'll keep you posted. Check back tomorrow for an update.
What happened last night,
Well,
brother?
you know what? In the light of day, everything's always a little clearer, Neil. For one, I remembered that we have a dryer, which was a good place to put my jeans overnight.
As you know, all of our gear was here. Came down this morning. I'm like, there must have been a leak in the fridge.
You guys see this?
Yeah, Deej's out back. I'm like, hey man, what happened?
If we were gonna have an apocalypse like that, I think actually we survived it quite well. I think everything's working.
No, we did a little post-mortem. Looks like there is a drain here. So it looks like the first line of defense just got completely overwhelmed.
When they lined up Zeke at center at the end of last year,
yeah,
that was kind of that train.
Play looks like barring a penalty. Prescott over the middle of the turf.
Shout out to the Cowboys.
I have one regret, was that we didn't call Surf Pro. They would have obviously.
We should probably, maybe we can recommend it to the Airbnb guy.
That's a good call.
Right? Be like, hey man, we're leaving. I'm really sorry, but
I would recommend using promo code TRAP.
Yeah.
We're out at the Bonnie Doon Country Club this morning.
If you're going to play 2 games of golf in Sydney, where's the second game after New South Wales? We both agreed that it was at Bonnie Doon.
Neil, we've survived the Great Flood. We made it out to a delightful golf course. We've been challenged to a match, Anthony and myself against you and Tim. I think we're just going to kind of enjoy our last day in Sydney.
We're workshopping today. We're trying to get our wedges back into a groove. This is a groove round. We're gonna try to stay in the pocket today.
Whoa, guys.
Bonnie Doon Golf Club goes way back to the 1800s, but they've been playing golf on this site since 1947. OCCM renovated the golf course over a span of 8 years, from like 2011 to 2019, and it's quirky in all the right ways. You play most of the holes on this one main paddock, then you cross over the street and play holes 3 through 7, and it felt like, to me, a great use of all that land.
The conditioning or the width of fairways or the size of greens isn't just this little beard pulley thing for those of us who love that kind of stuff. At Bonnie Doon, it's actually integral to how the course plays. It's integral to the strategy, to the greens making sense and being certain pins being approachable.
Dream start.
That's tough. What, you hit 5-wood out of there?
Tough start, but this is a practice round, all right? We're gonna get better today. We're gonna try to dial in our chipping. That was problem number 1 yesterday. Let's just try to string together a round with some fucking rhythm, Schuster. You're a drummer.
So, Anthony, how would you sum this place up compared to where we played yesterday?
It's a great little fun members course that, you know, never going to be a championship course. It doesn't pretend to be, but it's just a really, really cool, fun golf course, I think.
Tight piece of property.
Tight piece of property.
Yeah, where's it? This kind of like Charleston Muni vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know where this ranks on your street
I would
crossing.
say better,
This is up there.
Better crosswalk though, at least there's a light for us.
That's true. Big NFL guy?
Yeah, we watch a fair bit. Fantasy is a big thing down here.
Fantasy football's big here?
Fantasy football's very big here.
You guys have a punishment for your league, last place?
I don't know what we do. What do we do for last, Salt?
We always come up with a punishment and no one ever has the balls to go
Nobody
through it.
does it.
Hi, gents. Morning. Morning. How's it feel being the proud holder of the Big Daddy hat?
I think it's an honor to have the hat. Shout out Angus and Grace Golf. Check them out in Sydney.
TC, we had a great day. We did not end up playing Bonnie Doon Golf Course. Instead, we went around Sydney. We had a great Sherpa.
We often go to these world-class cities and we don't really get to experience them because we're too busy playing golf. So I called up a friend of mine, Evan Priest. He's a journalist with Golf Digest. He's one of their Australian reporters. He wanted to show us some of his favorite neighborhoods as well as kind of the coffee culture.
This is like the Ferrari of coffee machines. And they're like based in Florence, handcrafted machines. The cafe has one of these, you can guess it's going to be really good coffee.
The Italians brought the coffee culture to Melbourne, and Aussies just lapped it up, and to the point where we professionalise it maybe better than any country in the world. Like baristas are like bartenders in the States. If you're at a good bar, you could be earning $100,000 a year as a bartender in the States or a barista in Australia, because like you kind of the engine room of a cafe.
Yeah.
You know, like the coffee is like the golf course to a golf club. If the coffee's shit, no one's going to come. But if it's really good, they'll put up with some bad service or, you know, a bad location or whatever. But if it's amazing coffee, they'll flop.
Sydney puts the third F in coffee. It's fantastic.
I'm sorry. Dad joke. Come on, Daddy.
I think we were, first and foremost, we were both absolutely blown away by the ferries. The hop on, hop off ferries. You didn't need to buy a ticket. Your ticket was basically just tapping your credit card. It was the most frictionless payment system I've ever seen.
I was honestly getting a little nervous as we were walking around. He kept talking about, well, we're going to jump on the ferry. I'm like, well, I think the ferry's leaving in like 3 or 4 minutes. How's this going to happen? And we just got right on and the ferry took off. It was the most seamless process. Finally went out into the harbor and got our first glimpse of the Opera House, the famous Opera House. It was really cool to see up close and personal.
Man, the Opera House is cool. Like I've seen a million pictures of it and it resonated.
Absolutely loving Bonnie Doon so far. Helps them playing well. That massive greens, tons of space to explore. Tons of places you still don't want to hit it, but really cool green complexes.
All right, guys, so we're skipping this one.
Yeah.
Yes, we're activating the bye hole.
They almost all have a bye hole, a 19th hole that they will rotate in and take one hole out of play to do construction on for a variety of reasons.
You know, some of these short par threes need a break every now and then. Good chance to give the greens a rest.
I think when I go back and watch season one, first of all, I was terrified to go back and watch season one out of fear that it would be unbelievably cringe, which of course it is in spots. But also, like, I just had a big smile on my face the whole time. I don't think I've watched it since it came out. And looking back on it, like, you kind of just see a bunch of, like, kids having the fucking time of their life, which is very fun to watch.
First trip down here was a blur. We were only here for about 5 days. There's a lot of stew sink, unfinished business down here for me. Didn't feel like I brought my best, as TC would say, to not pack my trash the first time around. So it's great to get a second look at a couple courses and just come down here with a little more context for what the golf's all about. The Aussies like to play real golf. They like to compete. That's the kind of golf that I like to play. So yeah, fired up to be back.
Trees are gorgeous. TC and I have been talking about the trees. It's a great diversity of trees. I couldn't tell you what these are, but I like them. Pan the camera over this way, you'll see a Norfolk Island pine, which TC and I both think is one of the coolest trees anywhere. We took a car over to Newtown, as Evan described it, kind of a Brooklyn-esque neighborhood there in Sydney.
Very New York vibes, very alternative as well. A lot of cool pubs along here, like this is the Marlborough Hotel, the Marley, they call it the Marley. And we'll take a walk down, we'll look at some cool cafes, cool restaurants, and maybe have a beer at a beer garden.
Get a bite. Get a bite and a beer. Yeah.
Have you guys had a palmy yet? Chicken
I have
palmy?
not had a parmy this trip yet,
All right.
but yeah.
Daddy's a really cringe word. I don't know how you feel about it. I would much prefer to be a golf dada. Yeah.
Sydney's great. It's like it's tough to make a formulation on the place after only a few days there and only visiting a couple neighborhoods, right? I felt like we were just scratching the surface.
Are you getting a preview of the cricket that you guys are going to tomorrow?
West Indies still getting their ass kicked.
I feel like the cricket, it's been explained to me probably 4 times now in the last 3 days. You could explain everything to me again, it would be for the first time. All right, so you got to explain. So Parmy is Sydney, Parma.
Correct.
It's the same thing.
Same thing, exact same meal, chicken schnitzel, mozzarella cheese. We say, in Sydney, we say Parmy because it's spelled Parmigiana. In Melbourne, it's Parma because it's pronounced Parmigiana. So there's a huge, stupid argument, you know, like kind of like in Jersey with like the whole pork roll thing. If someone said to me, what's Aussie food? I would say, even though this is Italian, it's just kind of like, you'll find it everywhere and they all do it well. Weary travelers, that'll curb your appetite.
Evan, thank you.
No worries.
Thank you for showing us your part of the world.
Thanks for coming down.
First 5 holes are really tough, and then everyone said, like, as soon as you get past the first 5 holes, like, you can get out and run.
Thank you. Great. Thank you.
This was a thought-provoking shot from over here.
So it was my favorite way of being challenged, which is like, dude, you don't have to worry about like losing a golf ball off most of these tees. You're going to find it. You got to figure out a way into these greens that, you know, it's not like you can just hit it anywhere and not have consequence. Awesome short drivable 4s, short non-drivable 4s that had a ton of strategy to them.
My heart, I did feel a little tiger heart start to thump a little bit there.
Fuck yeah, I love that. I love that.
Okay, we are walking off 17T. We are having a day. It's a good day. 7 birds, 2 bogeys to this point. I might have driven on this green. I'd have to look at eagle. 2 birds, and tie the lowest I've ever shot. That'd also be my first time for 9 birds. So that's what we're going for. We officially have a developing situation. That was birdie number 8. We had a great drive on 18, wedge in with a chance for birdie 9 and 64. Heart's pumping, a lot of adrenaline. Gotta make sure I don't overclub in Icarito this final green.
Let's go! We gotta look at it! No! God! Oh, I thought I made it.
Damn, that was fun.
That was so much fun.
I thought we made it. I thought we made it. Thank you.
Hit a good putt. I did. I thought I made it.
Yeah, did you win the match?
I shot 75 and lost by 10.
knew I had it in me. I knew I didn't fucking stink, man. I knew I didn't stink. I knew it. I knew it for like 3 years that I did not stink. It finally came together in one round, and I'm so stoked right now. Don't even care that I'm dripping sweat.
So sweaty.
Scramble to get to a flight, have massive logistics to worry about, and a really tight next 24 hours. I'm not even worried about it at all right now.
This was the stretch of the trip that I was most worried about for you guys. I tried to kind of prepare everybody. I'm like, hey, like it's going to be go, 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 go from, by the time we get on the ground there until we get into Melbourne.
What happened?
Continues to catch L's.
Why?
It's just 8 feet here.
You can't expect for that to be efficient.
No.
We allowed extra time. We have slack built in the rope. I think it was excellent.
I think so too.
Solly did say Royal Adelaide better be dope. And I think that's a fair statement as well. Pulling his dude wipes out. Pulling his
dude wipes out?
No, they just like pulled everything out.
Right in front of an Australian niece. He's just dude wipes. Like, what are these? Sir, would you like to explain these?
She was taking all the packing cubes and just unzipping them.
So I just hear like, she also didn't know he shot 65. And we were like, are you serious?
We're trying to tell her. We're trying to explain.
Just unimpressed by that.
Guy shot 65. Just give him a break.
Are you gate lice?
Due to operational reasons, we are boarding this aircraft front only.
Rocked him. We're on to the next.
What year do you think Adelaide was founded?
Why are you shooting it vertical?
Because I didn't fucking...
Randy. I know it's been 10 years, but we just switched to horizontal.
I was shooting vertical, now I'm shooting horizontal. I got some Adelaide trivia for you.
Smooth flight over to Adelaide. Quick trip, in and out. I think we were there 24 hours, maybe not quite.
Now, you know what? I think we're going to do all right.
Those seats go all the way down.
Yeah, we're going to do all right in that.
We had 17 checked bags between 7 of us.
Yeah, we got room for 3. What do we know about Adelaide? What do we know? Not much.
Shit.
I haven't done much preemptive research.
All right, what are we in for in Adelaide?
Golf-wise or?
Yeah, both.
Well, I love Royal Adelaide. It's awesome. Yeah, it's cool. It's a shame you won't get to hang out at the clubhouse too long because it's a really welcoming club. They do a great job of making you feel like welcome and everything. So
Okay, yeah.
City kind of feels, I really like it. It feels like just a big country town. Like that's probably doing it a little bit of injustice. Like it's a proper city, but
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
They call it the city of churches.
Yeah.
So you'll notice a whole bunch of churches around, like just for some random reason. I don't
really
know.
relaxed vibe.
Yeah.
But just like friendly, cool people.
Not stressful like the rest of Australia.
No.
It's kind of a Kevin James meme.
Come on.
Uncle Mo.
These guys are coming to make fun of your camera.
Oh, it was wiped out. Over. I got some trivia for you.
You Philister?
Yeah, man, I am. There's a lot going on. When do you think that Adelaide was founded?
1836.
1837, or was it 27? 37.
Really? I was 1 year old.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a bigger deal than you make.
It's a dog.
We had a great meal the night before. Everybody except for Randy did, I guess. Randy hates sharing dishes.
Adelaide, turn it up on a Thursday night.
No, the food was fantastic. I said, I think my worst nightmare is sitting down with 7 hungry boys and being like, all right, guys, well, we're going to share some plates. And it's like, oh, God, am I going to get to eat enough?
What is the challenge tomorrow?
I think on the sheet it said greens hit, which is going to be a tough one with our guy shooting 65, making 8 birdies today.
Everybody knows how hard it is to follow up a great round. That's true.
These guys getting McDonald's ice cream tonight, I feel a lot better about my chances tomorrow hitting greens versus Randy and Solly. That sitting down here after the Asian, Middle Eastern flavors we just had.
It's not a McFlurry.
It's
vanilla ice cream with Oreo topping.
I guess What's happening? Is this a YouTube or something?
Yeah. What do you got to share? Anything?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
What do we know about Adelaide? We're only here for a night.
Where are you heading then? Casino.
No, we're going to bed and we're going to play golf tomorrow.
Or Grange?
No, at Royal Adelaide.
Could go to Grange. Grange is the best one.
Is that right?
But it's expensive.
Okay.
You got to go there.
Okay.
Then you got to come back to Live Golf.
Yeah.
You know Live Golf?
I've heard of it.
Large, expansive site, strangely enough, a lot of people, and I do as well, describe it as an intimate feel to the course.
Checks so many boxes of what I absolutely love in a golf course.
Played it a handful of times in my life and have really, really strong memories of every trip to the course. Can remember every single hole on the layout.
One of my simple pleasures in life is I play at the moment sort of 3 times a week, and at least 2 of those days I actually catch the train to golf.
It has a train running literally through the golf course.
Yeah, this looks really fun. I've been looking forward to this one for months.
It's a train that runs frequently, and it is in play a little bit.
Yeah, I thought you loved me, so pray to the Lord above me. Can't you send me one sign that this love ain't inside my mind?
These? Yeah, I know. I feel like these work pretty nice, huh?
They're avant-garde for sure.
Start to embrace it. New year, new me.
The club itself goes all the way back to 1892. The course was designed and subsequently built around Dr. Mackenzie's 1926 visit.
This was Mackenzie's idea when he came. So he came in 26. I believe he was in Adelaide like for a day. I think he came to the site and said, they said, we'd like you to come back. And he said, talk to Royal Melbourne. And because Royal Melbourne were getting half, they farmed him out basically. Yeah. So he went to Melbourne, then he, I think, caught the train back here and he spent, I believe, 3 days on the site. So this was what he came up with. So the rail line hasn't changed, which is the beauty of looking at old aerials here, is that you can fight everything around the rail. Yeah. It's still the same place.
And the clubhouse in the same spot.
The clubhouse, yeah. So we can have a look at an old plan, but there are lots of holes that went across like this. And so previously, okay. Yeah. They said to him, well, their one thing was come up with a routing that uses the sand dunes, because some of this stuff wasn't used, but we also don't want to hit across the rail line. Like they reckon he came up with that over lunch. They reckon I think he walked the course, he sat up under a tree up there somewhere, and over the course of an hour and a half or something, with a pen and paper, come up with
Pre-golf course perspective, if you were to go 3 miles that way or 3 miles that way, are we looking at similar sandy landforms?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think that the sand sort of stops more or less there, you know, on the big hill at 9.
Okay.
And yes, somewhere across here, because when you get out to the end of 5, the start of 2, there's not a lot of sand out there once you get down. So I reckon this is sort of the extent of where the sand dunes got blown into from the beach about here. Okay. So if you go that way, yeah, lots of sand. You go that way, no sand.
This is what I love about all the Australian clubs. They have such a sense of the sport and the history of everything. I mean, you look at this golf library in here, and it's I don't know. There's such a sense of curiosity. The game, the sport is much larger than that.
Name of the game today, we're just trying to hit greens. The body feels good. Obviously played well a couple days ago.
It's a remarkably flat piece of land. Like, it's not a dramatic landscape, especially when you take the drone up and just see, like, for miles and miles and miles how flat the landscape is and how many houses there are around it. That there's so many shots I'm thinking of that are just like, man, this is really flat, but God, is this thought-provoking. The very first tee shot you hit is, right at these bunkers in the distance as it doglegs to the left, and it's just immediately like, all right, well, if I'm taking driver, I got to take it over these mounds on the left, and is it going to stop in time, or do I take an iron that goes short of these bunkers? And that mental exercise is what I'm looking for out of golf, and Royal Adelaide gave you that on almost every hole.
Solly had a career day yesterday. I don't know if he told you already, but we're definitely having you guys play a match today.
Yeah. Please stop telling people about that round yesterday. This is great. Getting set up to be the sacrificial lamb here.
What do you play?
This is a classic.
Plus 2? What, plus 1.9? What would that be off the whites?
Okay. We'll play straight up.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want strokes.
Hell yeah.
These guys all play strokes, all that crap.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm a 1.0, but
the train's a metaphor here.
Yeah. The train's on the track.
This is Sophie. She's trying to get out of work today.
Really desperately.
One funny thing that happened when we got to Royal Adelaide was we ran into this woman, Sophie, who was very surprised to see us. She claimed she was listening to the podcast in her car on the way over. It was great to be able to play a couple holes with her and see how she attacked the golf course, because she was an awesome player.
Club champ or what are you?
I've lost 4 finals and club champ, and then won 4 medals qualifying.
Got it. Okay.
Lost the last 2 finals actually.
Have you ever won a meaningless match against one of us though?
Against a prestigious influence.
We'll find out today.
I feel like I'm being sacrificed at the altar here, but I'm up for the challenge. We'll see. I thought I had him in the first hole. He hit it to a foot out of a bunker and birdied, so.
How do you play the railroad tracks here?
Well, it's now a penalty no play zone, so you have to take a drop. Yeah, we've had a couple of carts hit in the last 3 years. Yeah.
Everybody's okay?
Everybody's fine. We've never had an incident, but it is an issue that we have to, particularly visitors. A lot of them like to have a photo with the train coming through. No, I'm serious. You see them lining up.
Because I believe it.
Yeah.
It's a golf course all of us could play every single day, which is probably the highest compliment you can give to any golf course, in my opinion.
Favorite hole?
3. The third is a short par 4. It's one of the best short 4s anywhere.
For 3, there's 4 different routings for this course, and 3's like the center of gravity. It never moved, and it's not an obvious spot or way to. Yeah.
Not even a 300-yard par 4, but it really, from the very first shot on the tee box, it forces you to make a decision.
It's a tough shot to drive the green, to hold it, and a lot of people have played at the top of the hill. That's a mound, and it's a thick grassy mound. Okay. Yeah, so in there is tough. Oh, good shot.
3 is, it's interesting too, because 3, like you said, the land isn't that striking. That could be a very easy hole to copy.
Extremely
The
easy.
course does a good job of non-bunker hazards. There's a lot of good mounding. I always like it when there's almost short grass hazards or grass bunkers. There's a good amount of variety out there.
Yeah, good
So
luck.
crafty. Really nice, Randy.
It's such an amazing hole. It's 240 metres, under 300 yards. You can make a 3 as quickly as making a 7 with just being a little bit offline.
Good ball.
Nice, TC.
Great shot.
That's a Randy-sized flag.
Or is that me? Oh no, I played the wrong ball. That's not my ball. So, great.
Well,
I'm in.
Great birdie.
Great birdie, Randy.
Yeah, well done.
Nice birdie.
Good birdies.
What a hole. I mean, that's
one of the coolest holes I've ever seen in my life.
What do you think of DJ's 6-iron play?
It's fine. Hey, why don't we reassess when the hole's over?
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking now. It's easy to assess afterwards.
What do you ask you this? What do you think of the 6-iron play after you just win the last one 90-yard drive?
No, I'm just asking the question, Deej.
Ooh. How you like me now?
Any questions?
How you like me now? You guys ever heard of Zach fucking Johnson?
Can't go high because you got the tree. If you go low, you've got thick ankle high rough.
That strip is not easily navigated. You had to figure out a way around that strip of rough, which like the rough has to be really thick to be able to do that. It has to be shaped in the right way.
And the runoff on the back right was made it. That was also like, yeah, you flight right over it. See ya.
I don't know what to do with that. Good par, 6-iron, boy.
It reminded me a ton of a lot of what you see out at the University of Michigan golf course, which is kind of like, okay, you know, Ann Arbor, Michigan and Adelaide, Australia, those are pretty far away from each other. You know, there must be a through line here of what's making this possible at both places, and it's just great design by one guy.
I had a tough start to the day.
What's about it?
I'm not hitting it good, but we're gonna change that. I had a talk with my master sergeant, gassed me up a little bit. I'm playing golf swing right now.
Maybe it's that top button.
No. Well, maybe. He said, you know what you need to do? You need to unbutton your top button. I was going for the TA3 look, but Randy said I look a lot like Bubba. And you need to let the kid out. You need to let your freak flag fly. You think it's time to let my hair down?
Be an athlete. Hit the fucking golf ball.
And you know what I did? I hit it to about 4 feet after that.
Great shot, Neil.
Right shot. That's one. Missed the putt. Okay. Yep.
Really good, Neil.
Come on, I just needed my guy to hype me up. I just needed some gas. That's it. Good shot.
Great shot, Neil.
Work. Oh, it came out too good. Go. Shot. Heyo. Count it.
What's your favorite time of year to play out here?
Right now, actually. January, February, March, you've got just the rough dries out a little, so it plays a little easier. But as you can see with the fairways, they're so lush.
Of all the golf I've played in Australia, never played fairways in condition like that. Yeah. That's the nicest
We know
grass.
you're a turf junkie.
So I was trying
every square inch.
I was trying to pick up blades of grass to throw to measure the wind, and I couldn't get the grass out of the ground. And then after like 8 holes, I'm like, can you just hit down on the ball and compress it? Because the turf is there, like it's gonna hold up against it. Whereas I have my Florida, like, oh man, if I dig here, things gonna start moving through. It's like, no, punch the keys, hit the ball.
That caught a piece. God, we need some greens, buddy. I got 2, but I'm actually making a ton of pars. Scrambling my balls off doesn't really do me much good today.
There you go. Count it, Randy. This is really nice. Yeah. That's good.
Awesome. So good to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you.
So much to meet you.
Thanks for moving your stuff around and all that. It was great.
I wish I could play it away too, that was sick.
What a nice person. You know what she couldn't stop raving about? Randy's LPGA pods. Said she blew us up on Twitter a couple of years ago. Like, why are you guys not doing these recaps for the majors for the women like you do for the men? Said you guys absolutely answered the bell. The big guy clocked in, went to work. You love to see it.
I think this is probably what Royal Adelaide would consider their signature hole, even more so than number 3. It was not the 11th hole that we played, but it's typically the 11th hole. It's a par 4. It's about 380, 90 yards, depending on what tees you're playing. It's kind of left untouched, at least the green site, as Alistair McKenzie designed it. It forces you to make another decision on the tee, but the fairway runs out at about 270 yards, and the fairway kind of runs downhill, and so anything coming in hot is just going to run through the fairway into a waste area. And then the green site is just a really pretty classic Alistair Mackenzie green site.
Straight up and in.
Good 4.
So what do you do for work?
Muso, and guitar.
Muso?
Muso.
Yeah,
Muso? Muso. That is not, there's no way that's a nickname for music.
Guitar, like singer-songwriters?
Ozzy's got slang for everything.
It's the same amount of syllables. Muso is not even short for music.
Musician.
Like singer-songwriter?
Yeah, singer, guitarist, songwriter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
And make a bit of wine as well on the side, up in the Barossa Valley.
Do you need any advice with the women, or are you,
I've married for many years, so I've locked in and got a little baby, so go and find her that.
I've seen her crying, I've seen those tears hit the wall. Doesn't mean
A bit of muso, you know, a bit of guitar, a bit of singing. I do a bit of wine also. You know, I have a bone broth company. I'm like, oh, you're just like so just generally like cool guy stuff.
Yeah, just only cool guy only.
Yeah, you need someone to like fix your fence with like no shirt on. I could do that.
also +2 handicap?
Yeah,
Guys, I'll be honest. I don't know if I want Louis to come over to my house to fix my fence.
That's what I'm saying.
close from home.
Yeah, she's good.
Back to 2 up. Let's go. Gonna not let him right back in.
Oh, sister.
How we going, Neil?
1 over.
Hey,
Nice.
10 greens.
hell yeah.
Here we
After
go.
a bogey double start.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Birdie man.
Now a pull. Flustered, now finding out that Neil's hit 10 greens.
Challenge today. Greens and regulation. How'd we fare?
I hit 7. And I'll say this, I hit 5 on the front and only 2 on the back. And I found the greens on the back side to be much more challenging. And talking to Tim and Terry, and they've been to a point where like a 9 handicap would be getting 2 shots on the front 9, 7 on the back, which was validating for me.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's a 2.
No one will understand through what it feels. It's too late.
It's good.
It's too long for you. Oh, sister, won't you please come home?
Oh,
Great job, man. Beauty. Starting to get relentless here, buddy.
Yeah. What are you? A couple up or something?
I had 11. 11.
Whoa,
Right.
Neil.
Tie at the top. What happened at the end?
Oh, shit. God. Is it me or the world around me? Just a simple question to ask why.
Man.
I had a chance to do something special. Oh, that's tough,
That is
man.
tough.
Balls break a little different way coming down the stretch. I could have broke 40 without hitting a green on the back 9. I only hit 4 greens. Green starts, I'll point your eye to this line right here. Your boy's about 9 inches off.
They give out medallions, I think, in the pro shop for that.
I hit 10, 5 birdies, 3 doubles, and I feel like I should have played well enough to hit like 14 greens today and just didn't.
Good
Well
putt.
done.
Good answer, TC. See that little tree before the big clump? Well, that is your line in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight over the pots if you're long enough. That'll be fine.
Play though.
It'll run through into some short. That's good.
It says no good. There. That's the only spot I've seen that thus far. There it is. There it is. Oh, here we go.
That's good.
We've been trying to do 4-word course reviews. I think this might be like 8 a.m. every day, I think would be my review. Just like put me down, like
perfect.
just put me on the tee sheet. 8 a.m. I'll be here. Give me a long black and one of those ham and cheese croissants, and I'll meet you on the first tee, I think, every day.
And then you finish by 12 and you're ready for a beer or a glass of wine.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it
That's
works out
exactly
perfect.
right.
Nippy. Oh, wow.
Great shot.
Thank you.
It would appear that I caught the wrong side of another ridge, and I'm about that far off again. Good birdie!
Thank you.
Good win!
Thank
good
you.
win!
Thank
Stay
you,
hot!
Thank you. Great match.
Woo!
Thank you for showing me around. Appreciate it. That was a lot of fun.
Well done.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
It's all going back to the 4 words. I thought you
were going to talk about me being the club champion. Is that what you're not talking
Well,
about?
he's runner-up club champion, so he said he's
To
lost.
me.
He's lost. He said he's lost the last 4 years.
My 4 words were choose your own adventure, because I felt like from the white tees it was just a delightful, fun, joyous ride. You can hit 2 irons everywhere you want to. You can hit 4 irons off the tee. You can just have a delightful knock. And if you want to go play the blue tees, like, I don't even know if I saw the blue tees on some of those holes. It's
How about number 2? Across the train tracks.
over the train tracks.
Delightful as it gets. That's one of the better mornings I've ever had playing golf anywhere. I've never been to a club that's more sure of itself or confident and without being cocky. It's just like, no, like they seem to have things figured out here, and it's just, the course is perfect. And they're not resting on their laurels.
You can tell when you show up to a club, the clubs that are actually stoked that you're there. And they're the clubs that take it as a responsibility for, like, man, I cannot wait to show this place to people who are gonna love it. That's what everybody we've met here is just like, oh my God, I can't wait to show you the 3rd hole. Please come over here, you have to see the 11th hole. And that's the best vibe there is.
My 4-word review is absolutely nothing to add. Like, you guys nailed it. The place that came to my mind was Nairn. The land isn't too dramatic, but the bunkering, the greens, I think from like a mid-handicap perspective, this is the type of place that just encourages me to play golf and not just like swing and try to survive.
We were supposed to go to the cricket this afternoon. It turns out it's already over. 5-day. It's supposed to be a 5-day match. Ended on day 3. Ass beating. Sorry for all the West Indies fans out there.
Worth the frickin' trip. I was in love with the golf course. One of those places that I could, finishing on 18, I wanted to go right back out. 1 round left in life, New South Wales. That kind of intense workout, I love that. But I mean, if I want to just go lap a course, this is as good as it gets.
Gonna have to make this one. Got a chance.
Make this to break the 40 mark.
You hear Royal and I was thinking, oh man, you know, a little
Stuffy,
this, and it's
yeah.
not feeling that at all here. It is down to earth. It just feels very real, and I loved the golf course.
Okay, right edge. Oh, pulled it. I'm gonna hit the green for that one. All right, stop the count.
It's on the fringe.
Dream is over. Stretch.
Oh, yes. The little wiggle.
Jesus.
Love the walk-in side door.
Really cool. That's gonna endear you to the fans there.
I wanted to immediately go back out and play again, but the hang was so good on the patio at lunch that it's the only thing that could have stopped us from going back out. So all-time day at Royal Adelaide.
So after 2 days,
Halfway through qualifying.
halfway, Neil is at 7 points.
Golf Daddy.
The Golf Daddy. I'm at 5.5. Randy at 4.5. TC at 2, and DJ at 1.
I'm coming for you.
Can I just reiterate how much of a disadvantage greens and regulation is as a game?
Well,
I was telling Cody, like,
You
trying
had
to
time.
equate it to like, oh, it kind of balances out the 3-putt game. Like, in no world does it balance
You
out
had
the 3-putt
kind of
game.
had time to
I do tend to-
litigate that last night at dinner, though.
Well, no, it's not a big deal. I just want the record to show, like, it does not balance.
Cheers, guys. Guys, thank you for the hospitality. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers, Terry. Louis, cheers, buddy. Thank you. Cheers.
So I got mentored by a fella here that plays golf. He's moved to Royal Melbourne now, and he's got a vineyard up there. So I just love wine. So we played a bit of golf, and he gave me a bottle of his wine. I drank it. I'm like, oh, this is good stuff.
Just Louis, the love juice.
The love juice.
There's one more thing we got to do before flying to Melbourne. I believe this belongs to you. Take care of it.
Peaceful transfer.
Thank you. Excuse me, are you the golf daddy? Yes.